It's you and me against the Twitter timeline. We're going to be doom scrolling Twitteroonies, you and me, friends. We've liquidated a lot of people. Is it time for us to go up only? Yes, please. D's Nuts starts off with, the internet goes out in one game for 5 minutes. I come back and I almost carry the game and get rewarded by losing more LP and getting put in a low priority queue. Is this leaguing of legends? I think it is, friends. So D's Nuts. It's funny. I didn't know D's Nuts follows me. Wow, a lot of people actually start to follow me. I just, yelling out to the internet very, very loud. So this is like bottom signal-ish stuff. Everyone, we're playing games. Friends, I woke up because I do sleep from time to time. I've woken up now, I think 3 times, and I said, man, I'm so done with this. I say it every day, but I'm like, man, I just want to do this. This is just, it's been 4.5 years. What are we waiting for? Who do we have to sacrifice? It's kind of funny. Look at the next comment on the timeline by Dr. Pepper. Whenever you get to a point where you just need a 2x, almost guaranteed it's a top. I don't make the rules, which is funny. Here we have Katie with a message here. Oh, wow. I buy rugs. Zora coin. Wow. Always goes down here. Very interesting. Almost gets to the 2x and then everything just goes down. Yeah, man. It is fascinating that type of 2x, 3x type of thing. But we're not done with the cycle. We know we're not. It's an expression of us losing our minds and everything out here, friends. That's what it comes down to. Here you have, this is interesting, friends. So what's been happening is XRP community and ChainLink community has been fighting a lot. So why? Because ChainLink's technology is everything that XRP was meant to be. So ChainLink got chosen by Swift. They connect all the chains. They're actually used. They're connecting everywhere, right? Chosen and everything, okay? But the thing is, XRP have an army. And as you know, in markets, community is the asset, not the code. So the XRP army is still there. That's why it's 180 billion market cap, right? And you have XRP maxis coming out. And this is the funniest part, friend. So this gentleman, he actually, in this video, so he says, in this video, they're not joking. He says, well, if you have $100, you can buy more XRP tokens in quantity than you can ChainLink. So he says, therefore, because XRP is only $3, it can go to 100, and ChainLink's only doing a 5x to 100. Okay, so it's completely neglecting, obviously, the market cap, right?
I'll get like 19 tokens if I take $500 and buy Link right now at the current price right now. 19 tokens.
So that's what he speaks about in here. And here you have Mr. Slime Lord. I added ChainLink in size yesterday. I hadn't planned to, but when I saw this video, I simply had to. Yeah, friends, it's just funny. It's funny to see them out here. I want everyone to pump, you know what I mean? It's just, that's what happens, friends, to the Link Marines. They've been down only. We've all been destroyed. I'm a Link Marine pretty much, Been down only since August 2020. It's down 90% against ETH, down 94% against BTC. So the only thing you have left is like this little claim to technology, which no one gives a shit about anyway. But hopefully it all pumps and all does well. Here you have Base 16Z. This group of weirdos on crypto Twitter who survived for years trading their own money have a consensus opinion. I think I'll fade it. That is a very interesting take. So that's something you have to be aware of this, friends. You can't just come out and go, oh, I see one person bullish, I'm going to take the other side of that. It doesn't work like that. Because we are literally cockroaches on Twitter, okay? We not only have we survived everything, but we're willing to stay here forever and ever and ever and ever. You get it? No one's leaving. It doesn't matter, friends. Zombie virus didn't take us out. Joe Biden, planned assassination, just every explosion, we're still here, dude. We're literally never leaving until we pass away. So you have to be careful about that because we have like a true biasness. We have a stickiness. It's literally survivorship bias. So you can't just go, oh, well, that guy's bullish, I'm all out, right? Maybe you can go all out for like 3 days before you get back in. That's why it helps with the context of all. That's why I show you, friends, the context of all the ratios, Bitcoin dominance. I show you, the business cycle, others BTC. You got to put all of that in context to dress everything up. Keyboard Monkey. I don't see a reason to cover my short position. I think quite a bit lower is on the menu here. And then someone, Kale, replies, so bottom? And he goes, yep. So some of these people, friends, they got so close, you know, they used to follow me, then they don't. And I'm like, bro, well, because now you're peddling just garbage, you know, not keyboard monkey, it's all about Carlia, but it could be a funny trading signal that we end up seeing, but yeah, we'll see. Here you have Cyril. People underestimate how much timing matters. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to not overstay. I just want to show you. See, this is all coming right after a tiny little shitty, you know, like, oh no, the markets are going down, guys. The markets. Oh no, the markets. Bro, just shut up, dude. What are you talking about? Shut up. You know what I mean? Like this fence. See, this is what they're all whinging about. Oh, don't overstay. Yeah, bro, you're the cuck who told everybody to get out of their Ethereum here at $390. You know, then it does a freaking 1000% rally. You know what I mean? So don't listen to these people, friends. But it is true. Timing matters. Yeah. Look, here's the thing. Timing. Either be really early or hold longer than everybody else. There you go. Do you get it? Let's play some Pumper G music. You get it? Be earlier than everyone else or hold longer than everyone else. Trust me, people just naturally fall off the bull over time. Okay? They fall off the bull. That's why if you hold long term, friends, if you actually check how many people are holding long term, the percentages of a supply of a coin, it's not that much. You know, it's not obviously 100%. They actually, I remember seeing on Chainlink, there was this nice data someone made. It was very useful. Basically, they showed in any 1 month or 12-month period, I forgot, but it showed how the token supply changing wallets, it was about 7%. So every year, 7% of the holders swap every year. So if you keep going and going and going, now obviously I'm not sure on the exact numbers. Maybe it's 7% every 3 months, but it's just interesting. It's interesting. 7% of people are like swapping every 3 to 6 months, right? So I guess like if you're holding 5 to 10 years, yeah, a lot of the supply has gone out, and then you're only left with what, like, you know, 20 or 30% of people. But that's why you have a 90% win rate, because most people have fallen off, holding and holding. And we've been holding a long time, but hopefully it all pays off soon. Hype is surprisingly one of the few assets doing worse than Ethereum over pretty much every time horizon since the top last week. Are there any explanations? Let's have a look at the... So friends, whenever you see something's doing worse or better, all you got to do is look at the ratio of it straight away. And what I've done is I've just constructed Hype ETH ratio. So you see what I mean, friends? Like this guy's like... That's why, friends, I'm looking at the dailies for Cucks as well. Okay, I'm looking at weekly charts. So I'm looking at a weekly chart. And yeah, man, look, this is what they're looking at. It's pretty much, see, I'm looking at this. Oh no, why is this thing down 42%? Bro, everything in crypto drops 42%. Why is it going down? There's no answer. You know, you should know. Well, they don't know this because they're trading. So what they're doing is, friends, they're going into a daily and they're like, whoa. And by the way, they're only zooming at this. Maybe even like an 8-hour chart. They go, whoa. That's what they're doing. Whoa, dude. They are looking at the leaves when they should be looking at the forest. You see? I mean, perfect example, friends. Perfect example. Let's go to Ethereum. When Ethereum was down here, do you remember everyone was saying, Ethereum is going home to $500. Ethereum. That's what they're all saying here. They look, oh, Ethereum, it's going down forever. See what I mean, friends? When you're a little cuck, a little soy boy cuck, and you don't know how to use a weekly chart, so all you got to do is press W for friendship. That's literally all you have to do. This is a daily, by the way. See what I mean? Look, it just went up only. So if you're studying the leaves, you miss the forest. If you're a short-term cuck, you're not going to outperform anywhere near close to a long-term holder. We just don't know when it's going to happen. Seems like boy who cried wolf. But then, yeah, look at Bitcoin and Ethereum holders. They're doing pretty well, right? Here we have crowd favorite RH Maxi. When we win, nobody can say we didn't earn it. Hex, Pulse Chain. That's beautiful to see. Also, look at this. Kobeisi. The Spain's 10-year yield didn't just spike 40 basis points. This is a glitch in the data being provided to multiple websites. Very interesting. So yeah, it's just a glitch. Just a glitch. It's a foreshadowing. Remember, when the yield goes up, it means pretty much they've got to crank up how much inflation they give you because it's so dog poop and no one wants to hold their bonds and stuff out here. Very interesting as well, friends. So there was this post he made. This guy, very biased posting. He goes, average net worth, if you're in your 20s, 113,000, 30s, 289,000. But look what he did, friends. I've actually posted it. This is incomplete data, okay? If you look at the median I think I've got my post here. If you scroll down, there you go. Look at the median, friends, for 20s is 6,500. The 30s, 23,000 median. Remember, the average is you take all the rich billionaires and all their kids, you divide it. Okay, you know what I mean? That's what the average, yeah? But the median is the people in the middle. Interesting. Very interesting. Look how much of a deviation that is, by the way. Interesting. The median, the people in the middle. That's why, look, man, comparison's a killer of joy. Yeah? Hey, newsflash. Friends, I want you all to become millionaires, but I already tell you what's going to happen. You're going to look at your 1 million, then you're going to look at someone else like, oh, you're on 3.5? Huh? You're on 3.5, but you bought dog shit. I bought something I believed in. You're in 3.5. And you're that 3.5 person, he's looking at someone who's saying, ha ha ha, you're not even up to 10 million yet. You're a 7-figure scum. We're 8 figures. And the 8-figure dude is getting like mogged by someone with 100 million who's in the 9-figure club, whatever it is. Oh, we're in 100 million. And then obviously see what I mean? The game doesn't end, dude. So you just have to learn for yourself, okay? Comparison is the killer of joy. All right, number one. Number two, friends, you got to compare yourself to yourself. Did you ever think any of this was possible? Clicking Ponzi money buttons and making money? None of us thought it was possible, okay? I'm here to help you. Because once you start feeling insecure, not making enough, do everything, what happens? Okay, there you go. You slap on some leverage, you end up cranking it up, and you end up deviating away from protein, and you move into a world of soy, which becomes a world of pain later on. Because, I mean, when you're in a world of soy, your arms are flaily. You can't even bench press a squeaky chair anymore. And I better not see you skipping leg day. Let's check it out. Vivek, waiting for the new headline from Binance CZ. Bitcoin crashes from 300,000 to 235,000. Save the tweet. Yes, that'd be great. Yeah, well, hopefully we keep on cranking. Makes me think, friends, about Bitcoin. This is awesome, by the way. Shout out to you, friends. Mr. K Money. Bears hate to see us coming. Someone actually got a mog photo with Charmley. Crowd favorite, Charmley. This is wild, man. This is absolute bonkers. Someone sees a wild Tom Lee. Man, it is 85 degrees Celsius out wherever you guys are, and he's still in a suit. I love his friends. It's a different generation, man. We like the last thing we want to see is a suit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different generation. That's how they speak, though. He wants to, if you got to tap into capital and tap into mindset, they want to see someone who's serious and stuff out here, right? Whereas our generation, we've changed it. We're like, oh, how many times did you peg your nipples in front of the camera, huh? How many times did you peg your nipples in front of the camera? 0? Okay, that's what your opinion matters to me. 0. Shout out to Mr. Durkee Turkey. Ivan is the universal bottom signal every time. Pulse chain will be pump. This is Dick with Butt. Ivan, our friend Ivan on tech. Man, obviously commenting that we're all joking and virgins. Remember, friends, look, I don't know what comes next. All right, I'll do the astrology with you. Okay, I want to kick too. You know what I mean? We're climbing the wall of worry. I've been speaking about this for literally 4 years. Bull markets are born on pessimism. They grow on skepticism. And they die on euphoria. Okay? Bull markets don't die because a big giant seller came out and clicked sell. No, that's not euphoric. That's skeptical. Okay? The bull market doesn't die on that. The bull market dies on the euphoria part. We're not seeing euphoria. Okay, look at all my exotic top signals. We haven't seen a $1 billion IPO raise. We haven't seen, there's many things we haven't seen. Like, you got to give us the Dogecoin ETF. You know what I mean? You got to get Elon to announce that you can now trade crypto through Twitter. Some wacky, wild stuff like that just taps into the markets. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's going to happen. Shout out to Vinny. Fill the gape. So this is obviously me posting that Ethereum CME Gap. We've actually filled it now, friends. We've actually filled it now. Interesting, right? There's a... So, for you know, I've got to explain here for the baby dolls. So, the CME gaps, right? The market closes Friday for America, and then it reopens Monday, okay? There's a price difference. It'll make a gap where it closes on the Monday and then it reopens, okay? The thing, though, is before the CME existed, people did stats, and they did imaginary gaps on the weekend, and they still filled 97% of the time. So it's not even really that institution. It's just weekend stuff on average, which but they do feel, man, 95 to 97% of the time just by the natural volatility. I found this interesting as well. Meta, so Facebook is going to downsize its AI division. Some executives are expected to leave as bubble fees mount. That might be FUD. Don't know. It sounds like one of those FUD things that come out. But yeah, apparently, remember they went on like $100 million hiring spree to hire all these people out here. We'll see. AI bubble. AI. Listen, man. AI is in a bubble when I tell you it's in a bubble. It ain't in a bubble. You know, it's doing hardware stuff now. You know, it has to end in a mania. Mania means silly willy things. You know what I mean? We're not a silly willy. Very interesting as well from Carbon. Nobody says buy the frogging dip anymore. It's just endless BS about why it's over. So this person as well made a comment, I remember a few days ago. They're like, man, this cycle's different. No one's making money. Man, this is the thing, man. You care. Okay, so you're hungry. You're hungry. Yeah, you're hungry for cheese. You're hungry. You like apples, oranges. You're very hungry. Okay, you want tasty tubes too. Because you're hungry, your mind is open to learning. Okay, a lot of these people, they've already got money. You know, they've already got, you know, anywhere from 500K to 10 mil, whatever it is, the range. You know what I mean? They've already got money. So, and they're in a position where they're not learning as much. They're posting this like spitting slop out to the world on their Twitter accounts, or they're washed up has-beens or whatever. Okay, so they're spitting stuff out. So when someone like me presents an answer, they fall into the same trap as most people. They go, oh, if you were so rich, you'd be a billionaire by now. So basically, they're only going to know when the green candle goes up. Okay? Now, sometimes green candle goes up and they still fade it, which means it's got more to go. Example, XRP. XRP does a 600% rally. That should be like the most talked about coin in all the mainstream crypto, but it's not. I talk to you about XRP almost every day, friends. The network effect, because I speak to you, I go, dude, it's got no tech. It's got a Metcalfe's law effect. Do you see? They believe in the army is trying to price in the future. Yeah, they might be wrong. You might think they're wrong. They might be right. But it doesn't matter. They've got an army. It has nothing to do with the tech. Look what they've done. It's a believer's cycle. They didn't trade anything. Do you see what I mean? But everyone's like, la, 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 la. I want to get paid in tokens to dump on you. That's pretty much most of the crypto industry. Or la, la, la. I can't see the Sol ETH ratio dropping down. I'm in cope mode. That's most of the crypto industry, right? So the answer's right here. I mean, like, I've just answered it for you. Yeah, we're climbing the wall of worry. It means the bull market's not done yet, number one. Number two, the business cycle's still poop. People aren't optimistic about the future and their actions aren't representing that. So we have the answers. We have the answers. Are they listening though? No. But do we need them? No. We don't need them. We don't need them. We've got our own pegs. We've got our own band-aids. You see? We've got our own band-aids. Yeah? I don't need your Pokemon. I've got a Charmander. Here we have Mr. Grand Inquisitor, who is inquisiting in a grand fashion. Was Richard Hart correct? And we're just in a very short cool-down period before we continue higher. Or should we be worried about the upcoming blood moon, which could trigger a bull run as mid-September? Remember, friends, 2 blood moons this year. March, September. Been speaking about this second one. Remember the first one? Yeah, we dumped in January, February, and then we dumped in the blood moon again anyway. So that was... Ah, well, and now here we are. We've got a blood moon in September, Rectember. It's called Rectember for a reason, right? But we had it in 2017 as well. Rectember was a red month, and then it went up only after that. I'm just so sick of it, man. We've just been here waiting forever and ever. Like, man, houses went up. Gold went up. Every single Ponzi trash asset. Stocks went up. Oh, my. Everything's gone up, but... our altcoins, which need the business cycle. We're like last to go. But, look, man, no one believes anymore. You and I believe it. Once it's done, you'll see. People, look, man, we're going to get to a point. Look, this is how markets do, man. Altcoins have to pump high enough to the point that makes people borrow on their house. It has to. Basically, it makes people effectively be like, you know what? I should have never bought this house. I should have bought altcoins. Look at this money you can make. Okay, it has to get high enough to make people regret it. Right now, you're probably thinking the opposite. Right now, everyone's thinking, man, I should have never gone out of Bitcoin. Everything's a scam. And that's how cheap we are. Yeah, so the market has to go the other way. It has to go the other way to make people regret ever touching Bitcoin and just stick in altcoins. Look at XRP. It's coming for the rest of us. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.